So hi everyone, we're back here today with the cape video. Now as you can see, the things you will need is your trusty hot glue gun. Also you will need a sewing machine or a needle and thread, some sharp scissors, they can be big or small, and you will need some black or coloured material. Now you will see this fabric right now, it is normal non-stretch polyester fabric. It's very thin. You can use any colour you want, red, yellow, but you can just cut them to the same shapes that I'm about to show you now. So you just lay out your fabric flat. Now I have mine folded on two sides, so you will see now when I flip it out like so, all flat and nice for you guys. You will want to make sure that your material is nice and flat along the floor, so that means there is no creases. The process is just sped up like miraculously. So you can see now I just flatten out all of my fabric. You will not want any creases, and this is two-sided, so you can see one and two sides. Okay, so fold over your material or whatever you are using, and you are going to start to cut the back of your cape. So you will be cutting a straight line basically from your neck right down to the bottom of this fabric. Now this fabric is, you can use lycra, leather, anything you want guys. I reiterate, it can be designed from anything, but you will need. So yeah, I just seen a spider, but don't worry, I got it. So you just want to lie flat on your fabric so that you will have the same size. Now your cape can be any size you want. Again, mine was 150 centimeters in length, and you just can place a shirt in replacement or in position of where you would be. So you can see now I just measure it down. This was 150 meters in length. If you want your cape to be longer, you can do it longer. If you want it shorter, you can have it shorter. Just make sure it goes to around your ankles or your shin area. If you want your cape longer, you can do that guys. So you'll just see now you can have your shirt in place of where you would be lying, and I just start to draw a straight line down. Now this is a diagonal line down. You can have a curve, a straight line, but you'll just see me now I alter this. I find a middle point and I just start to draw my diagonal line all the way down. Now in actual fact, I wasted a lot of fabric like this. You will not want to waste a lot of fabric, but you just cut up in your diagonal line like so, and I will get my two sides. So I reiterate that guys, it is 150 centimeters in length, not 150 meters. So I just start to cut my straight line up. Now this is a straight diagonal line all the way up, converging to my neck. Now the top point, you can see it just got a lot thinner. You will really just fold over your fabric and you will cut the same shape again, but it will always be converging into the top of your neck, so you will have that nice diagonal line going right up to the back of your neck. Again, I will say you'll always want your fabric to be nice and flat so that you get the exact same shapes and curves. So just fold over the shape that you have already cut, and then you are going to cut the exact same shape, and when you outfold this guys or unfold it, you will have both of the same size. So you can see now I just cut down my diagonal line. Again, you can add in any kind of design you want, but generally you will want a straight line. You can just see now I unfold this and I have my nice kind of diagonal cape. Now this is going to be for the back of my cape. We are going to be designing a three-piece cape. I'm sorry I'm saying cape so much, it's just a cape video. So this is going to be a three-sided one, okay? You can make a 7-piece, a 5-piece, but I get into that at the end. You can see now I fold one layer over so that I can cut up the middle. Alright, so you see now I just fold one of the top layers over, I cut up the middle, and this is going to give me two side pieces. Alright, so the piece underneath is going to be your back piece, and the pieces that I am cutting now are going to be for your side pieces. This is going to give your cape a maximum fold reach, and this cape will reach around the whole way around your body basically, or you can keep altering it and make it bigger, but you can see all the points converge up to my neck area. You will not want to have it really wide basically, but you can see now it can fold around. Thanks guys, and I put this through the sewing machine, but the lines that you just see me cut there, I actually glue these, or you can sew them, whatever you want. I use a glue gun to reinforce the lines first, and then I go through it with a sewing machine. So sorry for talking so much guys, you'll see me now, I just glue it and sew it, and here we are with the cape. So I'll say again, everyone, if you actually want to add in more design features, you can add in a 7-piece or a 5-piece cape. So before you do this, just cut another 2 side pieces, and this will give you a further fold around reach of your cape. Your cape will actually reach all the way around your chest area and give you that nice split down the middle of your chest. But today we are just making a 3-piece cape. You can see now I'm just gluing up the lines that I have cut, and you do this like I do with all the shirts and the arms and stuff. So all the lines that you just see me cut, I glue and sew these like so. So I'm just putting both sides parallel on top of one another and then putting them through the sewing machine. Okay, so that is placing both sides onto one another, on top of one another, and then sewing down that. That will give it a nice seam. It will give it also a nice, just a very nice clean line. You can look into sewing techniques. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can use a needle and thread and hand sew it. But you can see now I have my cape with the nice lines going around it, and this back piece just goes up to my back of my neck, and that just folds around like so. So I have the 2 pieces like sitting along my collarbone. I can do all of my flashes, all of my kind of poses with the cape. It flutters around, it has that nice length at the bottom like so. Okay, and I'm just going to put an elasticated strap around my neck area or underneath my neck area. Okay, so that is going to hold it in place and give it nice and tight. Elasticated straps, guys, can be found on old sportswear, in clothing shops, or in fabric stores. You can check also Hobby Lobby for your fabric, for your capes. You can check online or local fabric stores to get the material. So you can use any kind of material you want. Check on eBay or Amazon for some good price material or some wholesale. As you can see now, the elasticated straps like so. And this is just going to sit, as I say, underneath my chin or around my neck area. Alright, so this is elasticated straps that can be found on old sportswear or on old bags. I just glue this to where my cape sits along my collarbone, and that's going to give me a nice stretch and fit around. So I show here at the end about 3 capes, guys, and there is many different variations of how you can put this around your neck and hide the flaws. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for talking so much. Here's the cape video. Ta-da! So hi everyone, you can see I've made my cape. Now this is a 3-sided cape, so this has a back and also 2 sides. Now you can add on another side on each side, so that is your left and right, and that will be a 5-sided cape. You can keep going to a 7-sided cape, to a 9-sided cape. It depends on how big you want the cape to open up. Now I can also do a video on those, but I have my rubber neck piece right here. Now the rubber neck piece is off of an old Batman cowl. You can see like so. Yeah, I had an old rubber Batman cowl that I kind of cut to pieces. I didn't like the rubber, like the way the whole face sat, but it came with a neck piece and I kind of cut it into shape. But you can see right now that the cape has an elasticated strap, as I say, that just comes off of your head like so. Okay, so the elasticated strap goes here and here. Now if you watch my previous Robin videos, I also have a like kind of Velcro buckle kind of technique that you can use. You can kind of just put some Velcro onto the elasticated straps, have some plastic buckles here on your collarbone, here and here, and then you just wrap those straps around the buckles and your cape will sit on your shoulders nice and tight. You can also add on a hood to your cape, but again, as I say, this is a 3-sided cape cut from black polyester fabric. Now this, I apologize for that light fluctuation, guys. It's just the light beaming everywhere. So I'll kind of point that outward like that. Oh shit. I just need to get new camera and all new equipment, guys. But this is the whole cape kind of tutorial and process video. You just use some black polyester fabric. You can use grey, blue, anything you want. If you also want it double-sided, here we are. So, just like I say, you can have a double-sided cape. So everyone, you can have one side is yellow and the other side is black. Okay? So this is my Rebirth Robin cape, and this actually buckles here in the middle. So you have a plastic buckle here and here like so. And I just can join in where my elasticated strap sits on the new cape. So you can just see like so. That just wraps around at the same pieces and that just clips in like that. Okay, so you would wear a neck piece over this maybe, and also it has a hood. So you can add on a hood. If I didn't say before, you can kind of design your cape up to have anything you want, a kind of mouth guard as I'll show in another cape. But yeah, this has the kind of yellow outline on it. All you do is cut one side like I just previously showed you, and you cut the exact same shapes, put the color on top of the black fabric, and there you go guys, you have your double-sided cape. Okay, now this one is actually quite big. Alright, this is really big. I cut it in an unorthodox shape also, so you can see like here it has a giant dip going down like so, and it's not the usual just coming out in triangles or straight lines kind of cape. Alright, so this has a very unorthodox shape to it. It's very big and baggy. If you are going to make your cape double-sided, like kind of have the color on the undertone for a Batman, you would have maybe a blue or a really dark grey on top of a black if you want to go retro. But yeah guys, you can flick it over your shoulder like that and kind of have the over trim, alright, for all of your capes. So as I say, if you do put the elasticated strap right here or the buckle in underneath your neck or your chin area, you can just flick that over your shoulder and it kind of gives those hints at the yellow underneath, like a Tim Drake or a Damian Wayne style cape. Alright, I love the way this cape sits on, but I'll just try on my other like so. This just sits nice at the shoulder line, you can just see. Alright, that just cuts off right here at the shoulder line. I actually have to just clean up these lines around the edges, but as I say previously, if you just want an undertone color, all you do is cut the exact same shape that you cut for this cape, put it on top, sew or glue it together, and you will have your double-sided cape, guys. Okay, so you can make a neck piece that I will be showing a previous video on. I am so warm that the light is beaming on top of me. Alright, you can use different techniques by adding hoods, adding on neck handkerchiefs, adding on the kind of lines or details within the cape, adding on scratch marks, adding on the spikes here at the bottom, so you can actually just cut the spike design into it. Like up here, you can just cut a lot of spikes if you want to go really retro with your cape. Alright, but this is long and big enough so that I can play and do my poses with it. When you walk at a Comic-Con, this will blow behind you and it looks so cool. So yeah, just see right now it comes over and off my head like so because of the elasticated strap. Like on the other one, it has a buckle here. Sorry for talking so much guys, I just really want to give that in detail to you. You can use any amount of fabric you want, okay? So you can use lycra fabric, you can use polyester fabric, you can use, I don't think wool would work, you can use bi-stretch fabric, you can use spandex, rayon, any leather, okay? If you want a leather cape, that will be pretty heavy, but you can use a leather cape. Anything you want to make it out of, any size, any shape, just follow the same techniques. You cut one piece for your back, add another two sides onto the side, and you can keep adding on to make your cape bigger, but they all have to be converging into your neck, okay? So all the points kind of have to be converging for it to have that wrap around effect. Alright, so I'll show you one or two more capes, maybe with a Robin shirt on. Thank you for watching guys. So guys, another handy tip for your capes you can also use. So this is my Batman mech armor. I have videos on this if you want to go check that out. But this is a giant grey cape here in the background. Oh shit, so a poster kind of fell down. 2 seconds. So as I was saying, this is a giant, oh shit. This is a giant cape. It has a grey rough texture to it. Okay. It is quite enormous. And I cut this from I think it's a really grey rough polyester, but you can see a buckle in here that unclips right there. and this unclips right there. Okay, so I actually have clips in behind the actual Peltex pieces to hide those on the suit, and they clip into your shoulders also. As you can see, this just wraps around, and I actually have this so the two buckles clip into one another like so. So if I find them both, aha, they will go in like that. Okay, so you can have your cape coming around like this and also wear a neck piece. If I find the rubber neck piece, and I cannot find the rubber neck piece. But this is my giant grey cape. This has like kind of layers to it, a lot of layers to it, so that I can pull it forward like so. It is very rough and heavy, but this is supposed to be for my Batman mech armor. As I say, you can have two converging pieces just buckling here and here in your suit. And hello, Mike Cuba. You got another shout out, man. Messaging in when I'm doing a video, thank you. So yeah, you can have two buckles, one here and one here. These buckles can be found on old sportswear, old clothing, well not old clothing, old bags. They can be found on old dog leads and animal leads. So if like your animal has a kind of old collar or something, it will generally maybe have a buckle onto it. You can pick those up in discount stores. But yeah, that is where generally you'll maybe want to have your cape going, is here on your shoulders, or you'll want to have something wrapping around your neck, not too tight because you do not want to be choking yourself, and then you can just build a neck piece or add a neck piece around that. Okay guys, I'll show you one more cape with the shirt on. Thank you. So everyone, as I say before, you can add on your hood, okay? You can design up your hood any way you want. It doesn't have to come into your neck, it can go out to your shoulders like so. And then obviously when I have the two Velcro buckles, as I say, so there are two pieces of Velcro or two straps like so, and they come to my shoulders. That doesn't come there, that just comes to around there like that. And you can see I have a neck piece also. So when I take my hood down, you can actually see I have a black piece of material. If you want, you can add this on. You don't have to, you know, if you make the strap going along your neck, just get a black piece of fabric, wrap it around your neck, make sure it's not too tight, and have it attach around with a piece of Velcro. So you can see like that, that comes off, there's the Velcro, there's some Velcro right here, that comes around to there, and that just holds on my cape. Alright, so I have a nice black piece of fabric, pull that up like a face mask, pull up your hood, you look so cool. I have also a darker yellow underneath like this, so it's all about what you add to it, guys. You know, you make your base layer that I showed you at the start of the video, so that's making your back and adding your sides. Like you see here, I also did it with this cape. So this is, I think, a 4-sided cape. So you can see one side up here, another side, 3 and 4. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3 and 4 sides. And this has the yellow and then the black on the back like so, with the kind of yellow tint or the kind of hints coming out here at the side. And this is all my own creation. So this is my Damian Wayne inspired cape for like a ninja type warrior style thing. So you don't have to do it to the general coming over your shoulder and wrapping around. You can just have it come to your shoulders like this, make a piece of fabric, add on a hood, and that will hide all the flaws around here. So you know, when that sits up, it sits like this. I made all my capes the exact same way like I just showed you guys, which is cutting one piece for the back, adding on your two sides, and if you want to make it bigger, keep adding on. Then if you want to add a colour underneath, just cut the same shapes, glue or sew those to that, and then add on like a neck scarf or anything like this, and then add on your hood, and you will have your fully fledged custom cape. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and comment. I would really appreciate it. We are growing very fast. If you don't know, we are going to be doing giveaways each month when we hit 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching. Honestly, it means so much to me. Just knowing that the cosplays are getting out there. I also have my Blue Beetle cosplay coming soon for you guys. You've been waiting so long for this cape. There will be also a female cosplayer special. So I will be collaborating with a female cosplayer for all you female cosplayers, the 1% that watch me. So thank you so much, guys. For me, everyone here in Ireland, always let your geek speak. And yeah, today I'm wearing my cape video. Thanks, guys.